Let's jump right into this explainer. Are you looking to pivot into a high-demand, completely future-proof career, but maybe you're thinking, hey, I have zero prerequisites? Well, don't worry about it. Whether you're starting entirely from scratch or just looking for a total career reset, the data we're unpacking today is going to map out your exact blueprint to launch a digital marketing career in 2026. And honestly, the absolute beauty of this field is that literally anyone, even with no prior knowledge, can use these concepts to scale their career right to the top. So let me ask you this. Are you ready for a better job and, let's be real, a higher salary? Because if you're feeling even a little bit stuck in your current role right now, the source material makes it incredibly clear. Digital marketing is the next big thing you need to look at. Companies today are focusing on their online presence more than ever before, and that means the demand for people who actually know what they're doing is just exploding. It's fast-paced, it's engaging, there's always something new to learn, and yeah, it offers some seriously competitive salaries, even if you're just walking in the door at the entry level. Okay, so here's our step-by-step blueprint for today. 1. The opportunity. 2. The foundation. 3. The digital toolbox. 4. The specializations. And finally, number 5, the final interview step. Let's get into it. Starting off with section 1, the opportunity. So why jump in right now? Consider the stark contrast playing out right now in the industry. On one side, you've got traditional marketers practically pulling their hair out trying to figure out where their audience disappeared to. On the other side, digital marketers are meeting those same customers exactly where they live, online. This massive gap between the old-school megaphone methods and modern, hyper-targeted consumer behavior, that is exactly where your opportunity lies. Companies are absolutely desperate for people who understand this new online ecosystem so they can actually reach their audience. Moving to section 2, the foundation, what exactly is this field? At its absolute core, digital marketing is simply the process of promoting products and services online using specific, targeted tactics. Basically, it's just the most efficient way for modern companies to reach their clients. But listen, the real magic word here is focus. You know how traditional marketing is kind of like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks? Well, digital marketing lets brands focus clearly on marketing to the exact right audience exactly when they're ready to buy. And these core functions are exactly why businesses desperately need you. First up, you help them build their brand reputation and establish actual trust in a super crowded digital world. Second is lead generation. Your ultimate goal is bringing in fresh leads that turn into paying customers. Third, and this is huge, you literally ensure the business's survival by figuring out innovative ways to entice those customers. And finally, you provide better data analytics. You're the one analyzing the traffic, understanding what the customer actually wants, and building campaigns around real buying patterns. Okay, section 3, the digital toolbox. Let's talk about essential skills. So there's a huge array of tools and tactics out there, and your job is to figure out how they all fit together like a giant puzzle. Take email marketing, for example. It might be a decade-old strategy, sure, but it is still hailed as one of the absolutely most cost-effective ways to turn leads into sales just by using personalized messaging. Then you've got affiliate marketing, where you manage merchants who pay out commissions to third parties to advertise their products. Throw in things like Google Ads, e-commerce models like dropshipping, and obviously the foundational skill of copywriting, and man, you've got yourself a seriously robust toolkit to grow any brand's online presence. But hey, while knowing those tactics is great, you really have to master the heavy hitters. I'm talking about tools like Google Data Studio. Practically every digital marketer uses this. It's a web-based data visualization tool that lets you build customized dashboards and reports. Remember a minute ago when we talked about providing better data analytics to keep a business alive? This is exactly how you do it. Google Data Studio lets you dive deep into data analysis so you can visually prove the exact return on investment you're bringing to the table. You also absolutely need to get comfortable with WordPress. Think of this as the bedrock for building that brand reputation and audience trust we discussed earlier. It is the most common platform used to create a website and establish a brand's actual home base on the internet. Because let's face it, without a solid, well-functioning website, all the brilliant email marketing and Google Ads in the world aren't going to do a thing to capture and keep those customers. That brings us to section 4, the specializations. Time to choose your path. Now, if you want to be successful here, your career progression really needs to follow this exact sequence. You can't just jump straight into applying for jobs. First, you've got to learn the basics of digital consumer behavior. Second, master those tools we just went over, like Google Data Studio and WordPress. Third, and this is a big one, this is where you pivot from just learning to actually doing. You need to specialize in one specific field. And then finally, step 4, prep for those interviews. According to the source material, there are 4 main paths you can take to land that entry-level gig. And while it's awesome to eventually understand all of them, the best advice? Pick just one to specialize in right out of the gate. You could be an SEO specialist, focusing entirely on driving organic search traffic. You could be a PP specialist, managing pay-per-click ad budgets. Maybe a social media marketing specialist, where you're building out viral communities. Or you could go a little broader as a digital marketing specialist and handle the overarching strategy. Okay, section 5, the final interview step. So you've learned the tools, you've picked a path, but now you've got to face the final boss. I want you to really take this quote from the source material to heart. A high job demand does not guarantee a job, and you still need to go through the harrowing interview process to become a digital marketer. Basically, just because these companies are practically begging for digital talent, it doesn't mean you can skip the hard work of actually proving yourself. They need to know for sure that you can execute the strategies you've been learning. And to truly succeed and lock down that entry-level position, you've got to put in the prep work. The standard benchmark right now, you need to prep for the top 100 digital marketing interview questions expected in 2026. Yes, 100. You need to know exactly how you're going to answer situational questions about lead generation, data analysis, and campaign management. That way, when you finally sit down across from a hiring manager, your expertise is just completely undeniable. Well, there you have it. You've seen the massive opportunity, you know the foundation, you've looked at the toolbox, and you have the exact blueprint to get hired. So, as you start this whole transformational career roadmap, the only real question left for you right now is this: which of those 4 specialized paths are you going to conquer first?